You might have this question: when is it okay to sheep steal? So sheep stealing is what we pastors call trying to poach a member from a different church to come to your church. Of course, there's always a temptation if you think that your church is a really, really good one, that you want other people to come to this church, and that's a healthy desire, but really you never ever want to pull somebody out of a church that they're already in. That's called sheep stealing. There's a shepherd over that flock. They're accountable for that person's soul. If they're plugged in, they're a member, they're serving, they're growing in the Lord, they're being taught the doctrine that they believe, don't mess with them. Praise God. Go find yourself an unbeliever and share the gospel with them and convert them and invite them to church. Now, there's an exception to that though. Often when you're evangelizing somebody and they say, oh, I'm already a Christian, your follow-up question will always be, what church do you go to? Because if the person says, go to a Mormon church, well, then they're not a Christian, or Jehovah's Witness church, then they're not a Christian. But if they say, oh, I go to so-and-so church down the hill, well, that's great. The next follow-up question is, what is the pastor preaching through? And if they have no idea, you might want to ask, what's your pastor's name? And if they have no idea, then what you realize is they're not actually part of that church. They just say that they're part of that church because Christians are supposed to have a church. In that case, it's fair game. You can invite them to your church. I really trust that everybody in my church at least knows that I'm Clint Archer, their pastor, and that whatever I'm preaching through at the moment is, they would know because they're attending the church. They've been to the church recently enough to be able to answer that question. I hope that helps.